Hey guys, welcome back to a new YouTube video. My name is Ivo and welcome to the This Is All Skate Shop channel. We are here in our store in Amsterdam, but we have a store in Berlin as well. And we have a web shop, and of course you are on YouTube right now. You're probably looking at the web shop and thinking, there's so many options, I don't know what to choose, and there's so many different prices. And what makes it like a cheap skate, what sets a cheap skate apart from a more expensive skate? In this video I'll dive into that topic. The short answer to this question is what our advice is to get a skate if you just want to cruise around, just normal, an all-round skate for everyday use or just for recreational use, for urban use, to feel comfortable with. The price would be 200 to 250 euros. Then you have a lot of options, lots of different colors, different styles, and you'll know that you'll always have a good skate for that price. It's kind of like the happy mid-range. If you go above that, there's definitely, of course, reasons to go above it, but the skate will not become twice as good. And if you take a skate that's like half of the price, so if you go for like, instead of 200 to 250, but you go for half and you go for like 100 to 120 euros, then the quality of the skate is not half as good, but the quality is like 10 times less good or something. So there's a really big difference in that way. So that's why we think that 200 to 250 euros is kind of like the happy mid-range where you always will make a safe choice. So in this video I'll go through all the different price ranges and give you a quick summary of what you'll get. And then we'll browse through the website and I'll show you how those different price ranges and different categories of skates kind of reflect with the real-time offer that we have on thisisall.com, so that you know for what price you have what quality. Let's start with 0 euros to 50 euros. Of course, if you want to buy something that is this cheap, I would advise you to maybe rent some skates, borrow some skates, think about it a little bit more, or maybe get a second-hand pair, maybe even. But if you can find a new pair of adult skates in that size, then it would be really like running a marathon on slippers kind of deal. It's just really bad. In this category, you will find children's skates, but even the children's skates for 0 to 50 euros are not good children's skates. So children's skates, the good children's skates are around 100 euros right now. So that's the next price point. That's 100 euros. You can find some decent children's skates and still some really poor adult skates. The adult skates that are 100 euros will be too weak for you. They will have too much sideways flex. So if this is your foot and this is your frame, the frame will be able to move everywhere like this. And that's not what you want, let alone like all the other parts, of course, like the wheels and the comfort and everything. But you will just not have control over your skates. The argument that I often hear is that people say like, yeah, but I'm still a beginner, so I don't need skates that are that good. No. You are a beginner, so you need skates that are good, because otherwise it's just like it amplifies. So you are not good and your skates are not good, and that makes you like really not good. So the more beginner you are, maybe the harder you need a skate that is good actually. Price range where it starts for adults is 150 euros. So that's the next price range. So that's where the hard boots start around this price. And the sideways flex problem that I indicated with the soft boots, these are all just soft boots. And the soft boot means that you cannot take out the liner of the skate. So the liner is kind of like an integrated part of the skate. Those cheap hard boots are really, really poor. And a hard boot is where you can take out the liner, and it has like an outer shell where it's a lot more solid. And these hard boots, they don't have this flexibility problem with the frame. Also for 150 euros, it's also still possible to get a bad soft boot type. I would just stay away from all soft boots that are cheaper than 400 euros. As a general advice, because they're all too flexy. So if you want to spend less, then definitely take a hard boot. Any hard boot is better than any soft boot in this for the cheap skates. The hard boots that are 150 to maybe 200 euros, they are still, of course, not the best hard boots because there's also more expensive ones. So what is the difference between different hard boots, okay? That's the next topic. Well, the frame on any hard boots already sits a lot more sturdy on the boot. But with the 150 euros and maybe until 200 euro hard boots, the bottom of the hard boot is also plastic. And that means that if I, with my hands, try to pull this frame a little bit from the left to the right. Jaro, can you maybe throw me a skate so I can show it? Oh, thank you. All right, so one test that I like to do is hold the boot underneath my elbow and then try to move the frame like this. Then I can still move the frame like a couple of millimeters to each side, because the bottom is from plastic. And if you have a metal plate on the bottom of the hard boot, the connection between the frame and the metal plate is just super solid and you cannot move it at all. And so the metal plate skates, that's what you kind of get for 200 euros or more, or 250 euros. Definitely all the 300 euros hard boots definitely have it, but probably 200 to 250 euros, they will have a metal plate on it. And yeah, you notice this. It's just otherwise, it's just like driving a car, but your steering wheel is a little bit loose. You just have a little bit less control if your frame has a mind of its own underneath your boot. 150 euros is a lot better than like a 150 euro hard boot is a lot better than any soft boot. There's the one without the metal plates. There's the one with the metal plates. And then there's kind of like the next category, that's the skate that has all the upgrades. So what do you get if you buy a hard boot that's like 300 euros or more expensive? Then it has like the best wheels on it. And this makes a difference. If you have better wheels, you will go faster. It might have like a metal buckle instead of a plastic buckle. And also the liners are probably a lot better for the more expensive one. And so the comfort and the fit and how long you want to have the skate on your foot and how just nice of an experience it is when you go skate, that becomes a lot better as well if you have like a 300, 350 euro hard boot. Then I think the hard boot range kind of like ends at probably somewhere around 400 euros. Then you have like a hard boot that has it all. It probably has a camera in it. No, I'm just joking. But what if you go beyond that? If it's more expensive, then you get into the soft boot category again. And soft boot means that you cannot take out the liner, and that if you tighten the laces, that the lacing area just moves with it. So these are nice and beneficial things. It's just that the cheap soft boots, they don't function. The expensive soft boots, they are really good because they offer everything that's good about the hard boot skates, but then they offer kind of like the nice fit and the adjustability of a soft boot. And these soft boots are all made from carbon. So you could call it maybe like carbon soft boots. And because they're from carbon, they're also super responsive. So if you do something with your foot, it immediately gets translated from your foot to the bottom of the skate, to the frame, to the wheels. It's like it's really reactive. It does what you want it to do. And it's also super light because carbon is of course very light. So that's also nice. I think that's like as a broad stroke, if you want to have like a quick overview of what inline skate categories there are related to price. That was a quick summary of that. So now we're gonna go through the website. Of course, the URL is thisissoul.com, and we have different categories of skates. Right now, I assume that you want to get an all-round skate. If you want to get aggressive skates, we have also a buyer's guide for aggressive skates. If you want to learn more about all-round skates, we have buyer's guides for that as well. And we, of course, have YouTube videos about any of the topics that might interest you. So you can spend hours, days, weeks listening and learning about skating. Here we have the category of skates, and it's sorted by best-selling. So that's maybe just something interesting for you to see what skates are the best-selling skates. But let's sort it now for this video from price from low to high. Of course, we have all these filters on the left side, like soft boot and hard boot filters, or mounting type, because there's different ways to put the frame on the boot. Single size or dual size, it doesn't really matter that much. But the one that does matter is the fit, like wide fit, normal fit, or narrow fit. Also, it's good to know if some skates are true to size, take a size smaller or take a size bigger. This is also listed in the specs if you're on the page itself. So if you want to have some size advice, that's also good to look at. All right, so now I sorted everything from price low to high, and then you'll see, like, first you'll see like super cheap children's skates. We have a few. If you have a kid, I wouldn't advise anyone that's like between 50 and 90 euros actually. I would definitely go for the ones that are 100. They're just, the fit is better for the kids, and I see it in lessons. The kids that have these skates are just better. They pick it up better. They skate better. They have more fun. So here you just see a lot of children's skates. These are super good. The microblades. The Rocket is a super good skate. And now we're getting into the adult skates. Here, this one is on sale, so that's interesting. This is one of the last sizes, so that's why it's super cheap. But normally for 120 euros, you won't find this skate here. So first thing we see as adult skates is these Roaches Icons. And these are the type of like cheap soft boots that I mean, that it's kind of like a trap. A lot of people fall into it because, yeah, they think like Roaches is a good brand, but so it must be a good skate. And if it's comfortable, then it's okay. But actually, you will go super slow because all your energy will be absorbed by the weakness of this boot. Then the first hard boot that we see here is the Playlife Aztec. It's only 120 euros, and this is like super cheap. So this is probably like, if you want to get a cheap hard boot, this is the best one. Then we get some more soft boot. These are children's skates. And then here the Powerslide Zoom is also on sale. So you're super lucky if it's your size. 130 euros is super cheap. Then we get Impala. The frame mounting problem is not a problem for Impala. It's just that the wheels are super slow. But it's a comfortable skate. And for this price, 140 euros, it's a steal. The E3 from Seba is super cheap, 140 euros. Here another Powerslide Zoom. So now we're getting a little bit into the more like the hard boot category. There still is going to be some soft boots from time to time. The Micro MT Plus is a great skate. That's really, I think, one of the first skates that I would actually advise people, because the skates that we have seen before, like the Aztec and the Impala, they're hard boots, so it's good. But like an MT Plus, I could skate that. And same for the FRX for 106 euros. I could also skate an FRX. I would rather have a skate with a metal plate, of course. So here another FR. Then we have some Roaches FCOs on sale, of course. Some more soft boots, and the price goes more up and up. And you see kind of like still a mix. Some soft boots still, some hard boots. And the hard boots get better and better. Now we're getting into the 200 euros. Now here you see an FR3. And suddenly the FR3 has a metal plate. And the Rollerblade Lightning here has a metal plate. So now it gets super interesting. The Powerslide Imperial has a metal plate. The Icon CL50 has a metal plate. So these skates are actually a lot better than the cheaper hard boots that we got before. So now we're moving to the 250 euros. There's still a soft boot here. So there's amazingly bad price quality here, because for 260 euros with this macro blade, you get a skate that's super weak, and for the same price you can get a Rollerblade Twister or a Rollerblade RB Cruiser, and these are actually great skates. So it's really hard to know this as a beginner, so I'm happy to explain everything in this video, and hopefully you can make some better choices now with all this information. Also, there's a lot of freewheel skates. We always advise against freewheel skates because you stand taller from the ground, you fall harder, you miss a wheel. So with less wheels, the road gets equalized out less. So you actually have more, you feel the inequalities of the road more. Now we're getting into the 300 euros. So this is the FR1. This is like the most upgraded version of the FR skates. You see a lot of FR1, the new Twisters are here. And the Twisters, of course, come with the hydrogen wheels. And the hydrogen wheels only are already 100 euros. So just look at it like that. Like, these hydrogen wheels are so much better than the cheaper wheels that you get on a 200 euro skate. So if you get a 200 euro skate, it's better to buy hydrogen wheels with it anyway. And then you end up at a 300 euro price point already as well. So it's not a bad deal to get a Rollerblade Twister with hydrogen wheels. So now we're getting into the 300 plus area. Then you see the first FR skate with an Intuition liner. Of course, the Intuition liner is so comfortable. I would never skate anything but the Intuition liner. It's not only comfortable, but also makes your skate better because it's actually super responsive. Now, you'll have to feel it for yourself to really know what I mean here. And then I see the Seba Highlight and the Micro Super, and these are the first kind of like more expensive soft boots that are actually pretty good. It's not carbon, but they are super good. Super upgraded power side. Next here, kind of like 125 millimeter wheels. These are all like also the power side as well. Stellar has like super high quality wheels. Like all the skates here are like super fast wheel wise. Bearings, I would not really dive into that too much. The bearings are all fine. If you get like a €100 skate, €150 skate, the bearings are just as good as a more expensive one. Probably people are gonna hate me in the comments. Please do throw some oil on the fire, but I don't think that the bearing is the thing that you should really look out for when you buy new skates. Also, you can easily replace it. So let's go a little bit further. Now this is the first carbon boot that's on sale, so that's why it's a little bit cheaper, but you see the original price is 400 plus. We're leaving the hard boots slowly behind us. Here's the new ACT Wizard skate and super upgraded power set next. Then some more Intuition skates like the FR Intuitions. And here now we're seeing the Rollerblade Crossfire, which is really popular carbon skate. So there's less and less hard boots, and now we're seeing more and more carbon skates like the Hardcore Evo, the FR SL. These two are, I think, the last power slide hard boots, and they are the SUV skates. So these have like air tires. It's a nice gimmick, but definitely I wouldn't advise it because the air tires are just they're for like on dirt. Most people want to skate on the asphalt. So this is super cool. Now we're getting into the carbon soft boots. These are all super fast and super responsive and like 500, 600 euros. Most of these skates have a narrow fit except for the FR SL. This one is pretty wide, so if you have a wide foot, I would go for that one. It's the same for the Igor. Skates are a little bit the same. And then the most expensive skates that we have are the Wizard base skates. If you make a line in stiffness of the skate and price, it will be a perfect relation. So the more you spend, the stiffer the skate is, and the less you spend, the more flexy it is. And I'm not just talking about forward flex, but I'm also talking about sideways flex. And forward flex, you can maybe make an argument that you want to have some forward flex, but definitely nobody wants sideways flex on an inline skate, because sideways flex is what gives you the control, not only over your movement, but also over your braking and stopping techniques, things that you need to feel safe on a skate. So again, we go back to the point that I made in the beginning, especially for a beginner, the stiffer the skate, the better, at least in the sideways flex. We have a saying in the Netherlands, and it goes, goedkoop is duurkoop. And it means that if you buy something cheap, then obviously you spend more sometimes, because if it's cheap, you're not going to use it because it's just not good. Or you're actually going to use it, but you're going to buy something that is better, like a couple months after you bought the cheap thing, and then you end up spending more money because now you bought something that's good and you bought something that's cheap. So you bought two things instead of like buying something that's good in the first place. So this is something that you need to consider if you still want to like try things out for like less money. I would advise against anything below 150 euros probably, inline skating wise. And if you really want to spend less, maybe think about it a little bit more. Rent some skates, borrow some skates, buy some skates for 10 euros in a thrift store to try it out, and then buy a good pair. That's worth probably like 200 to 250, maybe like 300 to 350 if you want to get the good wheel quality. So that's our advice. If you have any more questions relating prices or any other questions about what makes a good skate, you can find loads of information on our website, thisisall.com. We have buyer's guides and blog posts and videos like this. I think almost about any topic right now. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, making these videos. So we make a new one every week. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get an update, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.